Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Final Fantasy Revex's video. So I wanted to take some time because I know this is a controversial unit that's come out. It's kind of crazy to say that because everybody's been waiting for this guy, but there are some problems. I'm going to try and go into everything that I possibly can in regards to this unit. First of all, some of you may not know that on the JP side at least, they were still making New Vision units, even when they were making New Vision Plus units. Like Lulu and Jet, those were New Vision units, so just because we're in the New Vision Plus era, doesn't mean there's not going to be New Vision units along the way. So, yeah, just get that out of the way. Some of you may have thought that maybe there would just be New Vision Plus units from now on, but no, there will be some New Vision units along the way probably as well. There's a lot of backlash with this, though, still on the global side, so they might reconsider doing that with global units at least. So I already talked about his Stmr. You should only really get one copy for himself because it's nothing that special. He has not the best categories, so you'd have to really rely on these last two, or actually these ones here, mostly as a category. So you're really going to only really use them as a dark. So at EX2 you get 150% amp outside of Clash of Wills. That's cool, I guess, right? And the problem I have with this one here is I saw right away, these types of abilities, I mean, it's fine I guess, but at least it's AoE. But it would have been nice to have this on a cooldown instead of a one use per battle type deal, but okay. Gotta save that for a burst potential turn. And the biggest problem that I have with him, and the thing that I was hoping for that he was gonna have, but obviously they're not willing to give that, is that he does not have a mirror for amps. And I made sure, I'm probably still gonna miss it, I'm probably still gonna miss something. I looked through this kit like 30 times. There is no amp sharing on any of his mirrors. Now, if there is for some reason, let me know in the comment section down below, but I'm pretty confident that it does not have it because I looked through all this stuff. He does have killers, which is good, but I believe his previous version had that too. We really needed like an amp copy. That would have changed the landscape of this game and made him a lot more useful. However, he does not have it. And so, like, this is... I thought this was going to be a lot better. This Omni Weapon in Peril, it's just not. It's 25% is pathetically bad. You should never rely on that. If you're bringing him for any of these weapon in perils, you shouldn't be, because it's only 25%. If the 50% dagger peril is nice, but who's using daggers besides this guy? Who's actually going to be using daggers? Probably not very many people. The only cope is that he has 90% defense break, but we have a lot of units that have that nowadays. So if this guy came out a few years ago, this would actually be a pretty amazing kit. But you know, I don't like going to like negatives like immediately most of the time, but like, what is the actual purpose of this character? The only purpose I see to this character currently in a review is that he's a New Vision unit that has an EX level that you can actually put into Clash of Wills instead of using Mastermind Xon, who's a 7-star and does not have any EX level stuff for ranking, doing rank 1s. So you basically are bringing a Mastermind Xon that's a New Vision base unit with some additions and some not so additions, so that you can actually get a rank 1 clear with a Xon, is what I'm saying. Because to be honest, he can have True Dual. He has True Dual. He's 8 times cap. But none of that matters because as a New Vision unit, he will not have the same amount of stats as a New Vision Plus unit will have. So his damage is just not going to be very high. He has all these bells and whistles for damage, but it doesn't matter. Because it just won't matter. So it's just kind of, I don't know. But his 500% LB damage is locked behind Clash of Wills is already not a good sign. His better breaks are locked behind Clash of Wills, and also 40% weapon perils for multiple weapons are also locked. And of course, this pardon trap thing, it's actually pretty decent at the very end, but yeah, I mean, at least he has a weapon or an imbue beyond this one up here. That's also, does this one also imbue? Yes, it does. So he has several ways of imbues for dark, and this field effect is okay, I guess, but you're really gonna be using this one. I just don't really see, because I know the price to pity this character is quite high for a new vision unit. That's the biggest thing that people are bringing up, and I saw it all on my Discord. It's a big cost for someone who doesn't really do a lot. Like, we have characters that can do 90% breaks now. We have characters that can do AoE imbues. We have characters that have field effects. He can do a lot of those things, but it's just like the cost to pity him is really high. And what's the justification for that? Because he's Xon? Is this an exit scam? That's a theory, by the way. Is this like an exit scam at this point? Are we just trying to get all we can for Xon and then exit? Because it just doesn't make sense to me to have a pity cost this high for a new vision unit at this point in the game. When we're trying to save for new vision plus units, and this guy does not offer. Now let's say, for example, he did copy the amps. I think his value goes up immediately. And I don't think many people would dispute that at that point, because copying amps is going to be extremely good. Imagine being able to copy 150% amp on a character that can't get it. Or maybe if there's a higher amp than that in the future, you'll be able to copy that as well. So imagine him being able to copy amps from one target to himself and then himself onto everybody like the old Xon used to do. That would be really great. Sadly, he does not have that, like I mentioned. So I can't justify telling you guys to pull for him because the cost is too high. He does not really do anything super crazy. He just does some good stuff. Like, if you got him for free, like some people actually did, they shared images that we got him from the video summon, so don't make sure not to skip out on that. But it's hard to justify the pity cost, guys. And that is going to be a huge contention for me. So, is this card even worth it? To go all the way to EX34, or at least hope to get an EX34. Killers, not that special. The first part is never really that special. You do get 1,000 if you are Dark and Clash of Wills, which obviously he falls under, but who else falls into that? I don't believe Dark Fina does. Faye doesn't. What's his name? He might fall under it. That mage that everybody already forgot about, and I forgot him now. The New Vision Plus mage. That's basically Dark Fina on the global version. He might fall under it. But overall, I'm just kind of sad that they have baked this character. We should have gotten something much better than this. This is kind of what we've gotten down to, is that they just you can justify pulling for this character, leave it in the conversation down below. But I think I'm not. This is not a really big hot take that you probably should skip him. Number one, because I'm sure you have another character in your box that can do the same stuff that he's doing, just maybe not as good, or at least one of these things that he does not have that this other character has, or this character has. The Xon can do a few more things that the other character that you have, but you can still work around it. He has breaks. We have breakers already that have 90% breaks. We have people that can imbue. We have people that can do field effects separately without having to pull, because we already pulled them, is what I'm trying to tell you. And keep in mind, the Cloud factor, the Clive factor. You want these characters, right? You want Cloud to be doing a bajillion damage. Xon's not going to be doing a bajillion damage. Clive, like you have Clive, you have the Final Fantasy 16 characters that are coming out in the summertime, by the way. There are some people that are still asking if it's coming out. They will be coming out. They will be coming. So you want to be saving for them instead. Or if you are not interested too much in those, you still should be saving for the future units, especially New Vision Plus units. So for those of you who are waiting for Xon, like myself, it's actually really depressing to give him like such a bad score, because he was one of the units that I was waiting for probably the most, besides maybe another Fravia, another New Vision Plus Fravia. That would be like, I'm the Mr. Krabs pushing the money into the window. That's me. If there's another Fravia, that's the number one. But Xon would be number two for me, and there's almost nothing that I can say that would be worth it for you guys to consider pulling. He can do stuff, but a lot of other units can do stuff too. I hope that makes sense. So I'm only giving him, I will give him a score of 7.5 out of 10 on an Evolution scale. There are gonna be two different scales, because it wouldn't be fair to put him with a ranking with New Vision Plus units at this point, because his stats are just so far behind. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the more honesty that I performed in this video. But if you think that was too negative, that's okay too. You can let me know in the comment section down below. I will take that on the chin, and I will try to, I was trying my best to, put more light on this character, but when you look through it, they're just, it's the pity cost, man. It's the pity cost. It's just ridiculous at this point in the game when you don't even make that amount of lapis per month, but you're trying to save for a character, and then this is what you get. This is what they want you to pull for, with all that lapis you saved for months. No, thank you. Just not good enough. You need better than that. So I'm gonna hear your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.